Well, the sun is just coming up. The bus is just headed out with my daughter, and I have a little trouble with the electric fence.
We started this channel to share our love of agriculture, to show you what we do every day at our full-time farming jobs and on our own little ranch. I hope you enjoy it.
Often during harvest season, you have to do your fencing work and your cattle chores when it's half dark, and electric fence problems can be tough to diagnose. And so I borrowed this fence tester from my neighbor. It's called the Fence Doctor, and it's supposed to be pretty cool. It's supposed to tell you what direction the short is in, so we're gonna give it a try. See, the way the electric fence works is there's a wire coming out of the fence charger, and that is the hot wire. There's voltage going through that wire, and then you have a ground rod pounded into the ground, and I have a wire going from that ground rod back into the fence charger. And then when you as a human being or when you as a cow touch the electric fence wire, you actually complete the circuit between the hot wire and the ground, and that is why you feel a tingle. And that's supposed to be a good suggestion for the cattle that they should stop trying to push against the fence. The type of fence that I have around this pasture is called high tensile fence. It's just a smooth wire. You can see right here, there's no barbs on it or anything. It's just a smooth wire, and it is pretty worthless if you don't have the electric fencer working, because even though it's nice and tight, they'll still stick their necks through to graze on the other side, and eventually they'll just walk right through it. So we really need to get this fence issue diagnosed and make sure we have a proper spark. Now, I've already walked all the way around the fence, looking and inspecting for, trying to find a place that the fence might be touching a post without an insulator, which I have not found. I've been trying to find a place where maybe the weeds or the grass is touching the fence, and I'm not finding that. And my main concern is keeping the cows out of the neighbor's corn until he gets it harvested. I don't want to be that kind of a neighbor, so I really want to get this taken care of ASAP. So we just lay this little tool on the hot wire and push the button. 0.7, that is very low. I'd like it to be between 7.1 and 8.5, even higher maybe. But it is telling us that the short is in the right direction, so I need to walk to the right and check it again. We'll walk down here a ways, and we'll check it again. Still to the right, so we keep on walking. Normally when you have a short in the fence, you can hear it clicking against a fence post or a tree or something, but I haven't been able to hear any clicking anywhere, so. Okay, we're all the way at the end of this fence now, so. Okay, it says it's still to the right. That fence insulator looks good, so I've got my jumper wire going up to the next wire above, so I'll test on that. Now the short is to the left, okay? So now I know that the problem is originating from the upper wire and not the lower wire. So we'll go on down the road a ways here. Still to the left. I'm gonna follow this wire. Yep, that's where the problem lies. Okay, the short is to the right of us. There it is, right there. You see that wire touching the fence post underneath? Let me get that back. See that spark? Let me get that back in the insulator. So I've got that wire put back in the insulator. Now, let's check our fence. Okay, if that was the only problem, we should get a pretty solid reading right now. .5. That is very good. That will knock you right on your keister. Don't touch that wire, girls. So I've got to say, I am supremely impressed with the Fence Doctor tester. That thing was amazing. I was able to diagnose that issue in just a couple minutes. And the other day I had already spent about 30 minutes walking all the way around the pasture listening for spark sounds, trying to figure out where the problem was, and I never did find it. It never occurred to me that it might be right in the feedlot. This little thing saves a bunch of time. $130 piece of equipment, but man, I don't know. That's very impressive. Well, with my fencing worries behind me, I jumped in my car and headed to the farm for another day of combining beans. We finished the field that we were on and moved to another field, and it looked like we were going to finish that farm at about 8 or 9 p.m. if everything went well. But about 7 p.m., things did not go so well. Well, I noticed that it wasn't cutting any beans on the left-hand side of the head, and it's pretty easy to figure out why. If you look right here, clear the beans away so you can see a little bit better. The sickle bar is broken in half right here. It's just broken right off. So this part is wobbling and the whole rest of it's not. So it's going to be an early night, it looks like. Calling it quits at 7:15.